Very, very excited. So we finally got our wire from KW Cages, and we've been working on building a much bigger 5-hole. So these are 3 feet across by 18 high by 2 feet deep. So they are a bit bigger than the ones that my girl's already in, and we're almost done getting this put together, and then we're going to move it outside, get it cleaned up, and start cutting spots for doors and feeders put together. So I'm going to be doing frequent J-clipping to make sure it's good and sturdy. This is of course the bottom, so we want extra reinforcement down here. This is that nice heavy wire. This should be so comfy for my bibis. I think they'll be very heavy bunnies. This is the heavier duty stuff. Clip in the pliers, like so. Come up from underneath, rock it so it closes around both wires, and then just clamped seal. Okay, I then like to take and reposition and then clamp these by then squeezing it down so it's flat. And usually I have 2 hands to balance a bit better. Just get that in there like so, and then pin that down. I pulled Marigold out first because I didn't realize how bad that was. It's just like a giant ass hole in these. These got to come down as soon as possible. So as soon as we can do repairs on these, I'm going to swap out repaired ones with this side while I'm waiting to get build all new ones, because I'm going to build another one of these that's bigger for the does, because they're like a lot bigger. They're almost a foot longer, so they're much bigger holes. And then eventually I'll get when I have I'll have 10 holes in here. So once these get hung, I'm going to be going over and doing basically I'll matching sides. So I'll have this is also going to be on this side. It's going to be sticking way out, but it's okay. We'll make it work. And then these disasters are going to get their floors redone, and finally got the really nice cages hung. These are so shiny. These have such nice floors. We got 2 that are ready to have bibis in a second moved in. This Marigold. Yes, I know he's so nice and big now, huh? It's nice. So we got Marigold moved over. Fred's working on building the nest. We got her moved over. Nice big cages. Old and jagged. Old busty ones. These are down. So next thing to do is to swap up nest buckets, get them clean, burn all the nastiness off the bottom, flip them, do any basic repair works on the top. And then we got the new cage floor wire, because mainly just the floors are just shot. Chance that anyone can fight through the cages, so that's a little more protection. It's also very baby safe, so babies can't sneak out. And this has got the baby safe wire. Yeah, this is all very, very nice. I love these. So these are also bigger, obviously. They're a couple cubic feet bigger in total. They are 3 feet by 2 feet. So these are the 36 inches by 2 feet deep. The old ones, you can kind of see where you see these big ones go all the way down now, where we had to take the 6th hole, which is the one that we moved the grout bucks into temporarily while we're working on redoing cages. We took that, and that's actually extends all the way down. And so you see the old ones actually don't extend as far. So the new ones, when we replace with these, all the way down. And so you see the old ones actually don't extend as far. So the new ones, when we replace with these on this side, these are going to come all the way out to here, to the edge where we have like the vet cages for quarantine. So that's going to be a little bit bigger, and I'll probably have to move these guys around, because these 2 are really just quarantine cages for sick rabbits and overflow. And they're really not supposed to be like more permanent. These are more temporary. Right now we have Joe in there because we had to separate him out from Azathoth, and we pulled Little T into this one because he was the bucks were starting to get a bit rowdy, and I think Axel bit him in the tail, so it was just better to separate them so we can get them in their own cages. So today's post was going to be about cage maintenance and refurbishing. So what we have here is I've ripped off the bottoms of that old cage that I'd replaced a week or so ago. We've been trying to do this as the weather's been nice. And what I'm doing is replacing the bottoms that were just like, these are just horrible. They were completely torn up, and these are probably, I don't know, 8 years old. So they were overdue for new bottoms anyway. And so refurbing these, we've gone around every single side and added new clips. So these have been completely reinforced. Patching has been done if needed, and for the most part the cage wire itself on the cages was pretty decent. It was just that they desperately need a new floor, so I'm reflooring. And so with this task of the reflooring, I ended up getting the wrong width wire. So what I'm currently doing is cutting these to size off of the roll that I have. I'm hoping I got enough to do everything. It looks like I might just make it. And then we're going all the way around every inch or so, or more in some cases, and tacking this in, making sure that the bottoms are nice and firm. So these will hopefully last a bit longer. I'm using the old cages because they're a little bit smaller. I'm using these for my junior bucks and junior does. So these are not going to be used for breeding cages with litters anymore. They're just going to be used for single bunnies. And yeah, so hopefully this will be doing a lot better. And the plan for these is to stack them in the buck barn, because currently the bucks are on hardware cloth, which is not ideal at all. And the reason we don't really like to use the hardware cloth, except in this was kind of an emergency situation, it was in a pinch, because I needed more cage space. And unfortunately, because of Corona last year, it screwed up the supply chain. So it was very hard to get proper bottom cage wire for a few months during the summer when we needed to get that cage rebuilt. And so for temporary purposes, we've just been keeping a really good eye on the bunny feet, make sure no one's getting sore hocks, making sure that they got their buckets and hay or straw or whatever in there so they have good resting mats so they don't get hurt. And then as soon as these get done and hung, we'll be taking the buck cage apart and reflooring it with the better wire. And that's the goal for the next couple weeks, is just going through and building new cages and repairing the old cages. This is the old cage. I'd had two of the other ones. This is the other old cage that will be coming down. Like I said, it's just that it's just older. The floors are pretty shot. Make sure everyone's got something to get off of, but they're just not as sound as they need to be anymore. And so these are all going to come down. I'm going to be going over this one. This is going to get all reinforced just like the other ones were. I was noticing that see, I didn't build these, I bought these, is that they're not clipped as well as I'd like them. When I do cages, like these are the brand new ones we just got from KW. They've been assembled. I like to support here in between everybody. I like to make sure there's plenty of supports on the bottom. I make sure that there's plenty of supports on the side and the tops, and so they're good and solid. These are extra nice, plus these have a much better suggestion to this insanity.
Well, we put one of the bunnies in the front with goggles on and a little scarf, you know, like the old automobilers.
Oh, that's gonna suck if it falls.
Well, you
but
can
yeah,
strap it again if you want.
I'm gonna strap it I'm gonna strap the front so it doesn't tip backwards, but. This is, you know, what was that again about my undersized rabbit cages that, you know, are
so tiny.
Yeah, so fucking tiny.
I live in these things.
Jesus, yeah. There you go. Moving day. Just gotta finish strapping this down, then we take the first load over and try to get this thing rehung. Yay, happy fun times. That's my poor little Outback. And we got to do this 3 more times after this, so hopefully this will all go well. And round 2, like I said, this time we did 2 straps because these are constructed slightly different. Round 2. Got the third out of 4 cages. That's the buck cages. Those are for singles. It's a little bit shorter than the than the doe and litter cages. But we're gonna move over. Got a load of bunnies. Gotta try to get everyone situated for the night and then finish this up tomorrow.